All right, moving on. So, who is going to be the number 7 at the PNG Chiefs? It's a question that everyone's been asking. I feel like the answers are pretty obvious, or at least who we think they're going to be. So they've got the staircase there, their home ground, or somewhere over there in Papua New Guinea. They've got signings 1 through to 6. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they've got that, and they've got number 7, and they've already got it reserved. So there's a few obvious candidates, but I think at this point you're looking at, I'd say, 2 or 3 players maximum, I'd say, at this stage. One of them being Cam Munster, which I think is probably least likely. I'd be very surprised if you had, say, him playing 6 and Jerome playing 7 or something like that. But hey, they both might end up there. But the 2 front runners would have to surely be Sam Walker and Nathan Cleary. I feel like you're either going to end up with Sam Walker or Nathan Cleary as the halfback at the PNG Chiefs, and whichever one doesn't go to the Chiefs will be the halfback for the Roosters. So both of their contracts all over the place at the moment. I feel like the most likely one to go over to the Chiefs is going to be Nathan Cleary. Like, he's done everything imaginable at Penrith Panthers. He's got more rings than he knows what to do with at this stage. I feel like that's the perfect challenge for a player like Cleary to go over to a brand new club with the boys and go potentially win another contest in your first year. Would just be like cherry on top of his career. And he could still go play for ages, make a big coin, and just, do whatever he wants to do. So be very interesting to see. And like I said, I feel like whichever one doesn't go there will end up being the halfback at the Sydney Roosters. Yeah, it'll be, I feel like it's going to hit that signing season. I don't know if it's going to be anything. It's obviously, they've got to wait to November 1 before this sort of stuff. The Roosters, no doubt in my mind, will be doing everything. Well, both of these teams will be doing everything they can to try to lock those 7s down. Like, there's obviously Nathan right at the top of the mountain. Sammy Walker, particularly with how he went in Origin and, how he's kind of shaping into this final season and the way the Roosters season have gone, like, his value is just shot through the roof. Negotiations have sort of been stalling on his side of things. Like, he's supposedly knocked back offers from the Sydney Roosters. Nathan Cleary's not overly clear on like where he's going to be going, so I feel like either of them are up for the grabs at this point. And there's going to be a long list of clubs, but no one's going to have the sort of coin that I suppose either of these clubs are going to have. Yeah, I feel like it's going to get around to that November 1 period, and if neither of them are signed, oh God, there's going to be blood come November 1 and signings and all that. Like, I think some of the stuff coming up, and I feel like the PNG Chiefs has really like to steal the spotlight, bit of mic drop sort of stuff, like the Perth Bears drop their jersey, Martin Tyler signed, and it'll be some other big announcement, and then they're going to announce one of these two or some massive big signings, like just go on an absolute spree. Like, it is going to be a very scary time, and I feel like we're going to see a lot more like ridiculously good players end up there at the PNG Chiefs. And I've spoken about it already. I feel like Michael Chamis, he's not gonna end up with some, average or, middle of the pack sort of halfback. I think he's gonna go absolute cream of the crop. He's gonna get the creme de la creme, get them over there to PNG, pay them big fat coin, and say, boys, we're looking for a premiership in our first couple of years, if not the first year. Let's get after it. And I feel like Nathan Cleary, like that is your perfect person right there. Yeah, it'll be very interesting. Like, the big, I suppose, like, asterisk, the criticism on the signings and everything going on with PNG Chiefs at the moment is they don't have forwards, they don't have this, they don't have that. And it's just like, bro, they're going to get them. They're going to get them for sure eventually. I'm really concerned even about a couple of the Broncos forwards potentially laying around, but I suppose time will tell. Once it gets close to November 1, though, if you haven't locked down the players you want at your club, I would be sweating bullets at this stage.